In this video, I am going to tell about mass, weight, pressure and thrust. Mass is the matter contained in a body, but weight is quite different from mass. Weight is the force at which the earth attracts an object. It is a force, and there is no difference between force and weight. Both are same, both have the same SI unit. So whatever things we buy from market, suppose we buy sugar 1 kg, so that is the mass, that is not the weight. Okay? So a simple balance that measures mass and a spring balance measures weight, spring balance. So, right? So mass can never be zero, but weight can be zero because weight is equal to mass into acceleration due to gravity of the earth. It means F is equal to m into g. F is equal to F, or W is equal to m into g. W is equal to m into g. M is the mass and g is the acceleration due to gravity of the earth. And the value of g we know for calculations, it is taken as 9.8 meter per second square. So if you multiply mass with 9.8, we get the weight, right? So when the g becomes 0, then weight becomes 0. But mass can never be 0, weight can be 0. And mass never varies from place to place. If you take 1 kg of sugar to the moon, the mass will remain the same, but the weight will be one sixth of the weight on the earth. Means if you divide 1000 gram by 6, and whatever you get, so that will be the weight on the moon, because the gravity of the moon is 1/6 the gravity of the earth. So, right? So the difference between mass and weight is that mass can never be 0, but weight can be 0. Mass has the SI unit kg, kilogram, but weight has the SI unit Newton. It is same as force. So mass never varies from place to place, but weight varies from place to place, because the value of g is not constant everywhere. Okay, the value of g is more at the equator, at the poles, and it is least at the equator. So if you move from equator to pole, the weight of the body will go on increasing a bit, right? Next, mass is a scalar quantity because it has only magnitude and it has no direction. But weight is a vector quantity because it has both magnitude and direction, both it is. So it is a vector quantity, right? And the weight of an object on the moon will be 1/6 the weight of the weight of an object on the earth. And if you go on Jupiter, that much, the weight of the same mass will increase thousands of times it is here. It's because the gravitation force or the gravity of the Jupiter is much more greater than the Earth is. Right? Now, so these are all the differences between mass and the weight. Right? Now, what is thrust? Thrust is nothing but it is a force which acts perpendicularly on an object, that is called the thrust. Okay, so thrust is same as the force. Its SI unit is same as force. Right? So thrust is a force which acts perpendicularly on an object, perpendicularly, and that force is known as the thrust. It is here. Now, what is pressure? Pressure is the thrust by area, means thrust per unit area. If you divide the thrust by the area on which it is acting, so that becomes the pressure. And the SI unit of pressure, it is Pascal. It is here, Pascal. Okay, Pascal, 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 or you can say Newton per meter square. Newton per meter square. It is pressure. It is. It's okay. So pressure is the force or the thrust per unit area. This is a short video to distinguish mass and weight, and about thrust and pressure. So I hope this will be useful to you all. Thank you. Watch and enjoy.